We're going to go into the mill room now. And here you can see actually we've got two different mills. This is what you would typically see in a craft brewery or a Scottish distillery. It's a 4-roller mill. And we run this identically to the way the Scots would. Same settings to get that ratio of flour to grits to husks, right? We run it identical to a traditional Scotch method. But we have a second mill. And this is because that we're doing the Irish style of whiskey called triple distilled pot still whiskey. Okay. Triple distilled pot still whiskey uses between 60% and 90% of farmer's barley, unmalted barley. Mm-hmm. Farmer's barley will not mill very well in a roller mill. So with the farmer's barley, we put it in this hammer mill, and the hammer mill essentially has this sieve with a hammer flailing around inside. Okay. And it batters the crap out of the barley, okay? And it creates a lot of flour, right? But, and so that's for the triple distilled pot still whiskey method for the unmalted barley, and this is for the malted barley. Cool. So what you've got here then is you've got the mash tun, semi-lauter mash tun, with 2 hot liquor tanks, okay, for making the whiskey wash. And this still follows the traditional Scottish method. We have applied best practices, but this still is the original Scottish method to this point. Mm-hmm. We mill the same and we mash the same. So in Scotland, I don't know if you can see in there, you'll see that there's a false bed, and then there's some rakes that rotate very slowly. And so what happens is, traditional Scotch method, we don't change it. We add the grist, the milled barley. Yeah. We do 1.5 tons per batch, so 1,500 kilograms. We hit it with 3 waters, successively hotter, just like they do in Scotland. First water, you'll remove the enzymes without denaturing them, and a little bit of sugar, a little bit of starch. Second water, hotter, breaks the starch granules down, dissolves them, and then we transfer those 2 waters to the fermenter or washback. The third water is the Scots being cheap, because the third water we don't use in this batch. That third water is really hot, and it's to break down the last very little amount of starch that might be left, because the Scots will not like to waste any starch whatsoever. That third water goes into the hot liquor tank, and we use that for the next batch coming along. So waters 1 and 2 go to the fermenters behind me, and water 3 goes into the hot liquor tank to become the first water on the next batch.
So classic, like in Scotland, basically.
Yeah, identical to the way the Scots do it. So this is where we start to differ in terms of best practices from Scotland. Mm-hmm. So in Scotland, most commonly, they will do 1 yeast. Most commonly it's M1 or mother 1, yes. M for mother. And that's high alcohol tolerance, and most people use that. We use it also, but we add a second yeast. It's a proprietary yeast. I can't tell you exactly the name of the yeast. It's a secret. But that second yeast we choose because it ferments natural oils. Mm-hmm. So when you taste our whiskies, you're going to have a creamy, velvety mouthfeel, lots of legs in the glass, because we're building at the fermentation stage, we're building in natural oils. The other difference here in terms of best practices from Scotland is in Scotland they'll typically be in the fermenter or washback for 2 days. We take a whole extra day. Now that fermentation is finished after about 1.5 days, mm-hmm. So the extra day and a half is conditioning, just like beer conditions, okay? So with a conditioning process, now you're going to really round off the flavors, build up the fruity esters. And so going instead of 2 days to 3 days, it means more equipment, more time, but better quality wash for us to distill with. So this is one of the best practices that Jim Swan brought, is a second yeast and 50% longer in the washback or fermenter.